British Prime Minister David Cameron made a surprise visit to Afghanistan Thursday. He met with British troops and thanked them for their service. The visit comes a day after Mr. Cameron announced plans for a significant drawdown over the next 2 years.
The winter sky over Afghanistan. On the ground, it's cold but relatively peaceful. The weather making fighting hard and travelling tricky, as David Cameron found when his arrival in Helmand was disrupted by fog. The Prime Minister came here to tell British troops himself that within months, thousands of them would start leaving. A drawdown, he said, based on the success they'd had in building up the Afghan army and police. But after 11 years of conflict, at what price? 438 dead, many more gravely injured. Has it been worth it?
While it's still a difficult and dangerous place, when I sit in number 10 Downing Street and look at where the plots that we face in terms of terror, where they come from, far fewer come from this part of the world than used to be the case when we first came to Afghanistan. So we have made real progress, but it is tough, it is difficult, we've paid a high price.
At this forward operating base near Gereshk, servicemen and women enjoyed the distraction of sharing a meal and a game or two with the Prime Minister.
After a helicopter ride to Camp Price, close to the front line in the fight against the Taliban, the Prime Minister met Royal Marines, helping to prepare the Afghan people to look after their own security. A competitive bunch, these Marines, but their commander is optimistic about the handover and the future for Afghanistan.
The insurgency is still there, it's not gone, but it doesn't dictate things. The Afghan security forces are in control, the people enjoy the protection of their security forces, and it's now absolutely appropriate that we hand more and more of that control over to the Afghans.
Mr. Cameron pledged a further £290 million for the fight to protect British troops and Afghan civilians against improvised explosive devices. Since 2001, 438 British troops have lost their lives in Afghanistan, and the cost to British taxpayers has topped £17 billion. This may be the beginning of the end, but for these troops in Helmand, for now, the work goes on.